Hi, Rachel Mead here, President and founder of Enhanced Prep. Thanks for joining me today while we take a look at this SAT verbal question that works on reading comprehension with main idea. Now, as you know from joining me before, we always take a look at analyzing our task of the question first. This one happens to deal with a main idea. Now, you probably also remember from some of our other videos that we know that there are common traps and distractions that the test writers like to put in place. And I'm going to analyze my answer choices first here before I take a look at analyzing my text. When I'm looking at answer choice A, I see a big extreme here. The theory was never accepted in the scientific community. I'm going to get rid of answer choice A right away because I know that I should not have extreme language in my correct answer choice. I'm also going to take a look at answer choice D. And I see here that it's saying it perfectly explained. That is both extreme because perfect means there's no way it can get any better, but it is also a really strong opinion based word with that extreme as well. And I'm going to get rid of that. Now, again, you can go, Rachel, what are you doing? You don't know what the passage is about yet. You're right. But in my 30 years of becoming an expert on what these test writers do, they are very, very common in terms of the traps that they continue to use over and over to try and lead students in the wrong direction. Extreme language, negative connotation, opinion based words. We know to be on the lookout for those because we're going to be thinking like a test writer. Now, again, you can choose to ignore what I'm saying and go in here and waste your time and get distracted with what's happening. But you need to know that students that listen to what an expert like me says, that says these are the common traps, are going to be moving through questions faster and therefore getting more points in their point bucket. So now I'm down to two. I've got B and I've got C. Now, if I had to guess because I was running out of time, I would absolutely 100% guess answer choice C right now because I've got an interesting word coming into play with B, groundbreaking. It is pretty extreme, not 100% extreme, but it is a little bit more up there and it is opinion based. I'm a little bit apprehensive of this. I tell my students all the time, this should make your spidey sense tingle, right? Something is going on that I'm not quite comfortable with in terms of what I know the test writers do. But in a case like this, I'm going to come back and I'm going to take a look. All right, so what do we see here? He first proposed the theory of continental drift in 1912. And it's saying, hey, however, great big transition word coming into play. This needs to alert you like a flashing neon sign. I am now going to be looking at something of the opposite. It faced skepticism and opposition because he couldn't provide a way for these things to happen. Here's what I believe is going on, but I don't know yet why it's that way. It wasn't until the mid 20th century, several decades after the proposal, that the advancement of the Earth's interior and development of plate tectonics theory provided the mechanism and strong evidence to support this. Okay, I've got a good understanding of what's happening now. Our next step is to speak for ourselves and summarize this. We've got this Alfred guy that proposed this theory on continental drift. Not a lot of people said that it was any good because we didn't know why or how they drifted. Lots of time later on, we understand plate tectonics in terms of the Earth's interior, and now it makes sense. Okay, let's see what answer choice matches that. Hugh's theory of continental drift was groundbreaking and important to the study of plate tectonics. I could agree with groundbreaking, but it wasn't necessarily widely accepted yet. So I'm not sure groundbreaking is right. Remember, my spidey sense is already tingling on that. Tectonics did prove why this was right, but it doesn't tell us that it led to the study of plate tectonics. So this very easily could be coming in the wrong order or the wrong cause and effect relationship for us. Let's take a look at C. Theory of continental drift couldn't be proved until many years after he developed it. Look, that is almost verbatim what we have happening in the text. Now, in terms of the SAT, remember when it comes to school, you're taught to be a critical thinker. What connections can you make? What conclusions can you draw? What can you infer? The SAT doesn't like that quite as much, especially when we're working with main idea questions, because everything must be directly supported in the text that we have. So in this case, while this might have caused people to study plate tectonics, it doesn't tell us that. So I don't get to make that jump. I'm going to choose answer choice C confidently and move on to my next question. Again, work your process of elimination early on, looking at those trap answer choices, and you're going to be more efficient with your use of time. See you soon.